Hi, I'm Sandy, and today I'm going to be sharing some newsletter tips for those of you who are submitting flyers and events to the District 9 Florida Federation of Garden Club newsletter. We've not been running for about a year, and I think it's a good idea to review some tips. I'm going to be covering action shots, cropping, the amount of text, number of photos, and how that influences how flyers and events are read on smartphones, tablets, and computers. Action shots are great. They attract a lot of attention in a newsletter. You can ask someone to pose and hold that pose and take several shots so you get one that's not blurry, but they really attract attention. So I highly recommend looking for action shots. The second item is cropping. If I inserted this photo into a newsletter, it would be really small and you wouldn't see the presenter and her material at all. But what I want to do is remove the ceiling, the side, and the floor, and then enlarge this photo of the speaker and her materials. And this is what it would look like cropped. This QR code will take you to a 3-minute video on how to crop photos. District 9 has 22 garden clubs, 2 councils, 3 circles, and we're about to get our 4th affiliate. This is 31 organizations submitting newsletter items, flyers, events, and photos for the newsletter. And if each of the 31 entities submits one full page, that would be 31 pages in the newsletter alone. And if each submits 2 pages of content, that would be a 62-page newsletter without any other information. And that's quite a big size. We want to keep the quarterly newsletter under 40 pages. Ideally, we're looking at 1 page of quality content per club, 1 page. We have been able to go to 2 pages per club because some clubs currently are not submitting. Let's take a look at the number of photos, the amount of words, and how that influences size of font in flyers. And flyers are usually about future events. This is an example on the left side of a horizontal flyer on a half page. Horizontal, nice size font, easily visible on a smartphone without enlarging. On the right are 2 flyers. So this is 1 flyer for 1 event versus advertising 2 events, both on a half page. This font's a nice size, but on a smartphone, this smaller font may not be visible without enlarging. And here, the font is pretty much the same size. This is very tiny. This might be harder to see on a smartphone. So ask yourself, do I want a vertical flyer or 2 flyers side by side, or do I want to use that space for advertising 1 flyer with larger font? It's a decision up to you. This is an example of 1 page with 2 vertical flyers. Notice the larger font here, and then it gets smaller and smaller. On this flyer, it's almost all the same size font. This may be hard to read on a smartphone, and there sure is a lot of wasted space if I only put 2 flyers on 1 page. This is also 2 flyers on 1 page on the right, but they're horizontal. So they take advantage of this extra empty space here. Notice how nice the large font is on the upper uh, flyer. This flyer, the top is visible. This is starting to get smaller. It might have been better not to put this photo in and to make the font larger. PowerPoint is a wonderful option. It's easy. You can add QR codes. You can save a PowerPoint to a JPEG and a PDF. Word documents can only be saved to PDF. If you'd like to learn how to change PowerPoint from horizontal to vertical, this QR code will take you to a 3-minute video to show you how to take it back and forth. And this QR code is a 3-minute video on how to add a QR code or create a QR code within PowerPoint. And you can save that QR code for other documents. So again, you have a choice here of horizontal or vertical. Let's take a look at event submissions and about recent past events. Um, This is an example of 3 events, each with less than 50 words submitted. The pictures are a nice size and the photos are a nice size. So there's 3 events on one page. This is one event on a half page, and you notice the photo goes from side to side. It's nice and large, and there's less than 50 words. This is a half page with one photo. This is another example of one photo for event, but I'd like to point out when you use more words, so this is under 50 words, the width of the photo is a little narrower. Here, the photo goes right across the page. It's completely blown up as large as I can get it, and there's very little font here. So the more words that are put in, a little smaller the picture, but both work. This is an example of 2 pictures on a page or half page with text. And this is 3 photos with very little text but larger font. Both work, both are half pages. It's really your call how many pictures and text. This is an example of nice sized text on a past event with 5 photos. And once you get over 3 photos per event, the photos are going to get smaller, and you may be perfectly okay with that. This is an event with 6 photos and very small font. And so the photos are a little bit smaller because there's 6 of them, but it's your choice. Here's an event, a past event with 5 photos, nice size text here that can be seen. This is a little smaller, may or may not be able to be seen on a smartphone without enlarging. This is a half page and 5 photos. This is the full page, 5 photos on each event. So there's 2 events here, and this is a nice size font. This is a little smaller. This can be read easily. This is a little smaller. It's really your choice. So when making flyers, you have a choice of the horizontal 2 on a page. This is an example of 4 vertical flyers on a page. This is an example of 2 vertical flyers with lots of white space available. And then we have events, 3 on a page. This is 6 photos for one event on a half page, and 1 photo with less than 50 words on a page. You have lots of choices. If you need help making flyers, give me a call. I'm happy to help you with PowerPoint. Thank you. I hope you